we're looking at the single deck that I was trying to build. Now, we're still at 121 cards. I got to try and cut it down looking at some of the either the less reliable or the cards that aren't going to do as much. So some of the big areas just to look at, I only have 6 gold free cards, meaning I want to try and drop 2 of the gold cards off. Gold Dragon, that one is probably for right now. We'll get a cut on that one. Master Zoe is a maybe. I mean, it's for what it does. It is a nice looking blocker and a nice looking attacker, but it doesn't have breakthrough. It doesn't have a lot of tricks up its sleeve. I have a feeling that this one's going to go as well. So we've got gold kind of in check right now. Sorry, good rather. On evil, if we're looking, actually, I can also probably lose the white dragon. If I lose the white dragon, maybe even rally the people, I can really start making some cuts there. We'll double back to that just for the sake of time. Looking at evil, I'm supposed to drop probably 2. Now, if it draws 2 cards and it does something useful, it probably stays. So Apocalypse stays. Bitten at the moment is staying. Just at the moment, that one's probably going to cut. Dark Offering, that one might go. However, with how disposable our guys are, that one might stay as well. Demon Breach, it doesn't quite make a token army, but it does reliably put down some threats. It's 1 gold to recall is good for a control mirror match, so it's discard fodder. Drain Essence stays no matter what. Drinker of Blood can go, but with his ability to combine with, where are we? It's in Sage. With Wave of Transformation, turning all of, come on, there we go. Wave of Transformation, turning the whole board into wolves. And then that can line up with some of our board sweeping spells. So we can still leave in a pseudo combo kill. That's probably going to stay for a little bit. Ogre Mercenary, for now, he's going to go. Because we have Warrior Golem. In green, I actually would need to either add a gold or take away a free one. Actually, probably both. So remove a gold and a free one. I don't think that we really have a problem keeping tempo. So Ankylosaurus likely is probably our cut. I mean, it is a free body that does have breakthrough. I like Wolf Companion a ton. But if I'm going to be realistic, that probably goes. I mean, it does have recall, so it's a nice reusable effect. It's more reliable. But let's just cut. If I cut Ankylosaurus for right now, see how this thing plays, then I have to cut a gold in green. Well, I actually have to cut way more because I'm still over by a ton of cards. I think it'll be NightHydra. I mean, it does have recall, all that, but it doesn't have breakthrough. It's just a really good blocker. But being a really good blocker is not the worst thing ever. Smash and Burn is both pump and removal, so that's good. Winds of Change. Yeah, let's take Winds of Change out because Smash and Burn. I mean, this does give breakthrough to going wide, so that one might be coming back in. You don't really want to remove much of your removal. Mighty Blow. I have a feeling people just won't see that coming. But as far as other stuff, so right now we got Wild in check. At the moment, I'm using that because we need to drop a ton of stuff everywhere because we basically need no more. If we're doing a 60 card deck, we need like 15 in each faction, which we're nowhere close to that. Let's just start kicking out Loyalty. Loyalty, you're gone. We dropped the dragon theme. Deadly Raid, same thing about going wide. We'll drop that. Citadel Raven, I kind of like it. Let's get rid of Blue Dragon. Yes, it replaces itself, only deals 2 damage, so we lost the dragon theme. Knight of Alara, right now, still good. Very heavy-handed attacker. This one is pretty good because it's unblockable. Replaying Events is good. Replaying Events is good. Getting more off top. I for right now, I like Sonic Assault in there. Resets a board wipe. Reusable. That thing's awesome. Standalone's a board wipe. Temporal Shift. This is sort of like a 1-for-1. It does get you a card back, and if you use it on a token, that's pure advantage. So, what else are we looking at? Turn lets you steal. This is a very good grinder card. It's not perfect, but it's a very good grinder card because it does replace itself instantly. When it's broken, it gets another card. And if you just keep hitting down the opponent, if you clear a path, or if they're just running a control deck, it might get in there. Force Field I like just because I feel like I see token decks more than enough, or very heavy go wide strategies. And this, at the very worst, can just do each opposing champion gets -10. You can absolutely just shut down the advance for, I know it's for 1 turn, but if you can do something a little minor like -5 and draw 1 card, it obviously, I know it's a limited card. I'm not saying it's not a limited card. Citadel Raven. Let's drop that because I like the instant fairy better. For a deck like this, which is definitely more mid-range control than it is mid-range aggro, the big difference there is I'm not trying to win with very fast threats. I'm trying to win by better position, and so that means I probably need more ambush, more events, more things to do on the opposing player's turn. Word of Summoning right now, that's staying because of Recycle. That's staying because we do the Zero War. Heinous Feast, same thing. That's, more graveyard hate, discard hate. Corpse Taker stays. Corpse Monger, that one could go. It probably will in the later cuts. Let's see. Ones that really just stick out as not all that great. If I drop... Because getting 3 zombies, not that important. We'll drop that. Let's drop Bitten. We'll start playing the less pinpoint and more, wide strategies. White Dragon, let's get rid of you. We want more reliability. Rally the People, let's get rid of you. Rescue Griffin technically should end up going. So, as you can see, we're really cutting down our... go away. There we go. Talk to them later. We really are trying to cut down what we need. So, gaining 5 is decent. This one, absolutely. If I'm going to have one or the other, Angel Light versus Angel of the Gate, I'll keep Angel of the Gate. Angelic Protector is very useful. That's useful. Let's get rid of Angel of Light. Let's get rid of that one. Can we cut 3 more off the top of this? We could get... Quell's selectable, but I think I'd rather just a regular board wipe, so let's get rid of that one. Can we get rid of 2 more? Urgent Messengers is filler, but it is a draw 2, and some blockers. Royal Escort. Pinpoint Fight might be there, but it also might not. We can just get rid of both, technically. So if we get rid of that one, get rid of that one, we're in check. Realistically, probably should get rid of Rescue Griffin and another 2. But I like those other ones right now for where we're at. Can we bring this down to 15 per faction? Probably. It's probably Wild Sage with some remainder thrown in. Well, speaking of which, let's look at Sage. Which ones stick out? Fairy Trickster sticks out. Force Field sticks out. Frost Giant, without the setups and everything else, it's not as needed. So let's take that one out. It's more useful with Final Task, Necromancer, decks I've really built around to abuse that, and we're not really set up for that. Technically, Knight of Alara. The big thing here is, like I said, it's very hard to block, but is that really where we're at? Probably not. Let's take that one out. So far, so good. Psionic Assault. I feel like as a control deck, Psionic Assault kind of fits where we're at. What free ones? Let's get the Scholar out of here. I've seen it do some work, but if I got to make cuts, I need to cut derpy cards. Warrior Golem at the moment is okay, but probably can go. Siren Song, if I had to cut one or the other, Siren versus Warrior Golem at the moment, it's probably Warrior Golem. But I want I want some free threats. That's my problem, is I want some free threats. Bellowing Minotaur. It's got recall. Let's get rid of him. Draka's Enforcer. I mean, I still like that. When it looks like we're starting to be a heavier wild deck anyway, so that one can stick around for a sec. Fire's Rebellion, yes, yes, yes. It's cute. Because, I mean, if I go 30 cards in wild, that is half the deck. Let's take out Mighty Blow. As much as it's unexpected, let's, try to focus on what we're really up to. Triceratops, I mean, it's a good, turn one play without all the shenanigans of some of the other ones. It probably goes. So what ones do we lose? Let's lose Wolf Companion. Like Wolf Bite, Flame Spike, it fights the Free War. Feeding Frenzy, that probably goes. Go Wild versus Lash versus Rage. Go Wild probably, I mean, if I have to make cuts, Go Wild goes. Because Rage has the draw 2, and it gets breakthrough. Lash is also breakthrough and can kill small ones. Lightning Strike right now is able to shoot down some of my other threats. And I technically, if I can shave off 2 more wild, I'll be in business. I really like Smash and Burn. Savage Uprising, that's another selectable one, but this time it does it to the player instead of hitting stuff on the sides. Rain of Fire. The number of times not in limited that I see this thing being really valuable aren't as much, so that might be the card that goes. It's probably between that and Hunting Pack, because a Forked Lightning I can always make work. Forked Lightning does, no, it only does up to 2 targets. Versus Rain of Fire, which deals to multiple, and sometimes you'll have to deal it to yourself, but also draws 2. So isn't Forked Lightning sort of worse? I feel like it sort of is worse than those two. So let's get rid of Forked Lightning. And if I can drop one more off. Battle Cry, maybe. But I mean, it has a lot of options to it, like make your team bigger and everything else. Hunting Pack. For now, let's drop the Battle Cry. In limited, I feel like Breakthrough is way more valuable in limited because the board gets clogged up here. We're running so many board wipes, I don't really see Breakthrough being a huge thing. So the only one, I mean, in order for me to actually get everything technically in check, I need to drop a free one of these. Arcane Research definitely stays because it's a deep dig. Frantic Digging stays because we need to stay in cards. Hasty Retreat stays. It probably would be Warrior Golem. I kind of like that guy, but let's take that one out. So right now we're seeing, if I drop one more off, probably would be Sonic Assault, wouldn't it? I really like that card though. But of the other ones I'm looking at, I wouldn't say Erratic Research because of the consistency we have in Discard Hate, and that has Draw 2 stable to it, so it probably is Sonic Assault. I really like that card though. Like really, really, really. Versus say Reusable Knowledge. It's Psionic Assault. That stinks. Actually, it'd be Sonic Assault or Temporal Shift. I want to, I'm putting back in Sonic Assault. Let's go back, add Sonic Assault for right now. I'll probably get cut in the next wave. So for part 2, we got to cut down to 90, so we got like 30-something cards. We still need to cut another 30. Now, obviously, the easy part would be like, all right, just get rid of all good, this, that, the other thing. But I really almost want to have this as a 4-color deck because since we already punted loyalties If we get it cut down to less colors, then why would you not throw the loyalty back in? This thing becomes much more predictable when you know that they're only running 3 colors or whatnot. So this is part 2. You're just hearing me obviously talk about why some things are saying, why some things get cut. In the context is this is a singleton deck. You are looking just at the cards. So let's go through real quick what we have. Airborne Ambush gains 5 during your turn. This one is a combat trick, plus it is ambush. This one can shut down combat. There's a board wipe. There's board wipe number 1, board wipe number 2, board wipe number 3, pinpoint. Self-replaces plus fights tokens. It recycles and is free. It's free and it's big on the tail. Recycles and gains. Recycles. Board wipe number 4. Pinpoint. Threat. Pinpoint. Combo. Utility. Graveyard hate. Pinpoint. Board wipe number 6. 7. That's partial. Pinpoint. Combo kill. Reusable. This thing is just utility. Pinpoint. Well, pinpoint-ish. This one's utility. That might end up getting cut, but it does have ambush and the ability to draw a card when it comes in, so it's never dead. Board wipe number 8. Pinpoint. Graveyard hate, graveyard hate, graveyard hate. Pinpoint, because we're never going to catch him. Discard hate. Pinpoint. Pseudo board wipe. Realistically, might only hit 1. That recycles. Card draw / blocking. That's sort of pinpoint. Discard hate. That guy's just freaking fun. That buys a turn. That will sort of buy a turn, so it's like light board wipe. That guy's just a beater. Reuse. That one's just for consistency. Board wipe number 9. Reuse. Pinpoint. 10. It's just a good card. Like when it resolves, it might not fit your plans perfectly, but usually it can do. It can go, if this thing doesn't die, it'll go the distance. Steal / pinpoint. Board wipe number 10. Utility. Discard hate. Draw. That thing is like the 0 war fight. Draw. Pinpoint. He both fights the discard, but also has a chance to get a few recycles on. Card draw. Stealing. Killing. That is a control card. That's pinpoint. That is almost pinpoint removal. It just has ambush, but it's also a threat. Board wipe, so that's number 11. This is pinpoint. Pinpoint. Board wipe number 12. Pinpoint. Dividable. Like this is both pinpoint as well as light board wipe, so that's somewhere in the middle. Pinpoint and a game-ending threat. Board wipe is a soft board wipe. Soft board wipe. Another board wipe. So we're up to like 12 reliable board wipes. That is both pinpoint on the back end, but also draws 2 cards and pumps. This is a combo utility card. Pseudo board wipe. So if you throw the pseudos in there, we're up to like 15 board wipes. Pinpoint. Pseudo. So I'd say 16. That was pump, combo. This is pinpoint. This is breakthrough, pinpoint. So for all of that, we've got about 15, 16 board wipes. So I might be able to cut 2 or 3 of those in there. If one of every 4 cards is a board wipe, this is definitely a control deck. So I'll stop that there for part 2, so part 2 doesn't get too long. Hopefully in part 3, we'll be able to cut the deck down, and then we'll get some games in.